Mario Kart! Start your engines! Let's go!
Hey, today we're going to play some Mario Kart Gaslands. I'm not really for sure who made this. I got the PDF and the PDF did not have the creator's name. I got the PDF from the Gaslands Facebook page, which as of yesterday hit 7,000 members, so go Gaslands. The rules for this are relatively simple. Toad and Princess are lightweight. These are the little rollback cars I got from Amazon for like $5. Mario and Luigi are medium weight, and DK and Bowser in this kit that we have will be our heavyweights. How we're running this, well, according to the PDF, the max gear for a lightweight is 4th gear, the max weight for a medium weight is 5th gear, and the max weight for a heavyweight is 6th gear. Now, that's not going to be very beneficial on our short track to get up to that high speed. So looking at other Mario Kart aspects is when they bump, the big cars throw the little cars around. We're going to give hazards to the littler cars when they collide with the larger car. So there's a 2 weight class difference. He would gain 2 hazards on a collision, no matter who initiates it. 1 weight class difference, he gains 1 hazard off that collision. Heavyweight, take no hazards off of those collisions with a smaller vehicle. They would still probably take a hazard when colliding with each other, 2 heavyweights. I think that would be fair to say. We're making this up as we go. Another modification we're making is when you spin out, instead of having your partner or your opponent position you, we found one of these. We think it might belong to a car seat. We're not really sure. And we're going to number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very similar to a Guild Ball scatter temple. And what's going to happen on a spin out, we're going to place it over top of the model and then roll our dice and then see which direction he ends up. I think that's about it. We're about ready to roll for initiative. We now have Andrew's rolling first. Rolls a 4 for initiative. I roll a 6. I get pole position. I built a map here over the last couple of days. It's kind of in the early stages. It's my first time ever making a racetrack or anything.
I got it! Here we go!
With Toad there in their very front. That's my lightweight, Andrew's Bowser, my Mario. In the back row is Andrew's middleweight Luigi, lightweight Princess, and my heavyweight Toad there. Oh no, DK, sorry, DK. So the path is more or less a figure 8. And I think we're set now, right? So they're gonna come this way, get these question blocks, turn here. That's a boost, which would be a nitro, equivalent to a nitro. More question blocks here, wrap around this way. Another boost here, come around, and we're going to do 3 complete laps, and let's say this would be the finish spot. Sound good?
On the 3rd lap, we'll put
on the 3rd lap. Yeah. Okay. All right, so here's the map. And here's the templates here for a normal Gaslands battle. There's your slide template. The small and large templates would be for different attacks. Like the large would be for
the
flamethrower, and this is
mines.
I believe mines. The 3 movement templates in comparison to each other. I want to show the differences in all of the turns here. Evidently I misplaced my hairpin turn at the moment, so we're using Andrew's acrylic. And then the difference between a swerve and a veer. I think that's pretty, I've never put them side by side like that before, but that's a pretty big deal, I think. All right. We ready to go?
I think so.
All right. Good luck.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Okay, we're all 3 starting in, or all 3 of our cars are starting in 1st gear. I want to jump out there in front with my Toad. I don't want to get too many hazards too quick on him, so I'm just going to take a medium here, and then I want to roll. He's got the 4 handling, and I'm going to do what I can to shift up as fast as possible, get out of the way. All right, so I got 2 shifts and 2 spins here. No team rules, so no specials there. I could push it to get an extra spin, but I'm not going to. I will use this shift to cancel a spin, and I will take my free shift up to second gear. And I'll take a spin with it. Okay?
Okay.
So that's this will cancel the hazard from the shift. And then I'll take a hazard from the shifting or from the spin. So puts me at second gear here. I get to move him forward, and then I'm going to angle him just slightly there. All right. So that's my movement on Toad.
All right, so I'm gonna start with my big guy. I'm just gonna get him straight out front. He's just gonna take a medium straight turn. I do wanna try and shift up. Try to get that as straight as possible. The big guy, he's a heavyweight, so he only has 2 handling, but he is max gear 6. So I definitely need to be rolling these shift dice to try and shift up. All right, I got a shift and a slide. I don't want to take that slide right now, so I will just cancel the slide. And then I'll take my free shift and take a hazard for my free shift. All right, so he is now in second gear with 1 hazard.
All right, so for this here, we have Princess and Luigi, which is Andrew's, coming in the back row. So Mario, he's gonna take a swerve here. And he's gonna move over right in the middle of those two and try to prevent them from getting out too far. Oh, I guess I need to roll my dice. Now, being a medium, he's going to get... All right, so I can't do a swerve because you can't do swerve in first gear. So, new mistake here. And so that goes away, we kind of reset, and we're just going to go a medium forward. And I'll have to keep my dice roll that I already rolled. So there's my medium straight ahead. I canceled a hazard with a shift, and then I had a shift and a hazard from the push it. So I'll shift up, cancel the hazard from the shift, and take a hazard. So over here on my player board, he goes to second gear. The white dice will be the gear, and the black dice will be hazard. So Mario has 1 hazard, and that's it for that activation.
All right, moving right along. I'm going to get, I'm going to try and get, let's see, I want to leave Princess Peach behind because I want DK to activate first, because I'd rather me get out of the way from him than him intentionally hit me. So I'm going to activate Luigi, and he is also going to just go a medium straight. Given that these vehicles are all the same size, it should mean that I'm safe from hitting Toad, even though I wouldn't mind if I did because I'm heavier. I'm going to go ahead and roll some dice. He has 3 shift dice, being a medium weight. I have a spin, hazard, slide. That is not very good. I'll keep the spin and push these 2. Okay, well, I'm going to shift up with my free shift, so he'll be in second gear, and take a hazard, but then remove that hazard with this. No, I'm sorry, he'll take that hazard. I will cancel the slide, and then I will take the spin, so take a hazard.
So 2 hazards?
So I take 2 hazards, 1 because I pushed it, and 1 for the spin.
So Luigi spin. Okay. DK will just take a medium. We'll just do a medium forward there. Stick with the pack. He is my heavyweight vehicle. I won't roll any dice, but I will take the hazard to shift up. So he's at gear 2 and hazard 1.
All right, now it's time for me to activate Princess Peach, and I am going to actually keep her on short range. I want to keep her out of trouble. I'm gonna look for a chance to use my higher handling dice to be able to increase my gear later to travel faster, and once the other people have started to wipe out and are back down to lower gears. She has 4 handling dice. I'm gonna go ahead and roll all of them because, as I said, I do want to shift up soon. That's much better. I don't want to take the slide and I'm not going to push it, so I'm just going to cancel the slide with that shift. And then I'm going to take my free shift for my short movement, cancel that hazard, and then shift up to 3rd and take a hazard. So she's now in 3rd gear with 1 hazard.
All right, gear phase 2?
Gear phase 2.
Okay. Okay, gear phase 2. The way I have Toad positioned, he's going to get up and block Bowser.
Rules reference time.
I got 3 shifts and a spin. The spin will give me a hazard. Someone pointed out in our first video that we canceled the hazard that we would take. That is incorrect. The spin happens after the dice are resolved. So even though I can use a shift to cancel a spin, I can't use a shift to cancel the spin's hazard. Okay, so I'm going to take a spin to kind of straighten myself back up a little bit. Toad currently has 2 hazards. I will shift to 3rd gear and use this to cancel the hazard on the shift. Okay, I will shift to 4th gear with this dice and cancel that hazard. So here's moving Toad, my my medium forward, and then I'm going to rotate him, just straighten him up a bit, so he's straight ahead down the road. He will take 1 hazard for that. So now he's up to 3 hazards. And it's not going to look good because Bowser's going to hit him. And since Bowser is a heavy class, he's going to gain 2 hazards off of that collision because Bowser's going to come and knock him out of the way.
All right, so I'm going to activate Bowser. He's going to come in hot here. We've got a collision to resolve against Toad. I am 2 weight classes heavier. I'm going to stop at the moment of impact there. I am going to go ahead and shift up to try and maximize damage with my 2 handling dice. Shift and a slide. I'm going to go ahead and just, I'll cancel the slide, and then I will take a hazard and for shifting up for my free shift. So I'll go ahead and shift to 3rd gear and gain 1 hazard for that shift. And then we've got a collision to resolve here. I am now in 3rd gear, and so we're going to subtract his gear of 4, right? Mm-hmm. So that leaves me -1, but he is going to gain 2 hazards for being 2 classes lighter, which is kind of our house made-up rule. All right, so we're making up some house rules on the fly here. Basically, what we've decided is because he is a lightweight and I'm a heavyweight, we're going to say for every weight class that's an additional hazard. And then instead of attack dice, we're going to treat the number of attack dice as additional hazards. So in this case, I am in 3rd gear, he's in 4th gear. I'd actually have a -1, but because I'm 2 weight classes heavier, he would gain 2 hazards. But because I'm -1, because he's going in 4th gear and I'm in 3rd, we'll just say it's 1 hazard. And I know it might be a little confusing, but we'll talk about it again when we reach it. So you go up a total of 1 hazard.
So Toad is now at 4 hazards. In 4th gear with 4 hazards.
That's my activation.
All right. I guess I won't have to take Mario. He's in 2nd gear and he will be doing a medium straight ahead. Okay, Mario's in 2nd gear taking a medium. Here's the dice roll. You get a shift, spin, and a slide. I don't want any of those. I will take a hazard to push it, because he only has one hazard, so shift, slide, and shift. That's a little bit better. I'll use this shift to cancel this slide. So I'm still at one hazard for the re-roll, for the push it. I will shift up to third gear and use this to cancel the shift hazard. So plus one gear, plus one hazard is where I'm at. There you go.
I'm gonna do a gentle turn with Luigi, try and stay out of Donkey Kong's way, but we'll see what happens here. I'm gonna hit my own guy. I did not think about that. I am a terrible driver. I will go ahead and roll my 3 dice, and I might be able to slide out of this situation, which would be nice. Nope, I get a couple spins. I will push it. Luigi has 2 hazards. All right, got a slide. So I'm gonna take 1 hazard for, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I've got a free shift. I'm gonna shift and then cancel that hazard with this shift. And then I'm gonna take a hazard and then I'm gonna slide and take 2 hazards. This does put me in Donkey Kong's way, and it probably was a bad idea, but I think I might be able to slide out of this.
I'm not worried about Donkey Kong, you're worried about that wall there.
Yeah. I might have to take some evasive maneuvers. Okay, well,
So the obstacle did reach a little far and reach over. I glued him down onto the track, so those are going to be cut off eventually.
So I'm going to take 2 hazards, so it puts me Luigi up to 4 hazards. So Luigi's at 4 hazards in third gear. And that's it.
All right, DK is going to activate. He's currently in second gear. He's just going to take another medium. Question is he going to collide with Luigi there? I don't think he is, because the carts are actually the same width as the templates, and since the template is not hitting Luigi, I think I'm safe. So he's going to move up here. DK has 1 hazard on him. I'm going to go ahead and roll his 2 handling dice. 2 shifts. Beautiful. So I'm going to shift up to third gear, cancel that hazard, and then I will remove. No, I'll go ahead and shift up 1 more gear.
Take another hazard.
And take a hazard. So I'm at 2 hazards, but I'm at 4th gear.
Is that his, oh no, he's max gear 6.
Max gear 6 since he's the heavyweight.
All right, so Princess Peach here has got plenty of room to move. She moved a short last time, and she is going to move just a full medium. She is not in any danger of collision. She has 4 shift dice. I'm gonna roll all 4 of them in order to shift up as fast as possible. All right, so we got shift hazard. I'm gonna cancel that hazard with this shift. I am currently in 3rd, it says. Yeah, okay, I'm in 3rd gear with her already. It's only 2nd gear phase. I will take the free shift up to 4th gear, and then I will cancel that hazard and then remove my 1 hazard. So I'm going to go no hazards, 4th gear. Here we go.
Woohoo! Here we go.
Gear phase 3.
All right, so being a lightweight, the restriction we have with Toad and Princess is they can't ever use the long template. And that'd be really nice out here in front to be able to use that long template. So not gonna be able to do it. So I guess again, it's just a medium straight ahead.
That's because their max gear never goes past 5, and you need to be in 5th, or yeah, 4. You need to be in 5th gear to get the long movement template, or hit one of the boost points.
All right, so Toad did a medium forward. He's going to roll some dice and drop some of those hazards. He's currently sitting at 4 hazards. That was a horrible roll. I will take a hazard to re-roll all of those. Okay. You can only get 1 slide. So those other slides take hazards. I will remove a hazard off of my game board, my dashboard. So I'm down to 3 hazards by removing this. I will slide and then take 3 hazards plus a hazard
For pushing it.
So that's 4 hazards. So that's a wipeout. Okay? Let's see where this gets me. Do I get... I get it. So I thought about taking slide anyways. Chose not to because it put me in horrible position. But I got a question block. Until I get actual cards printed, we're using a deck of cards. In fact, that's what comes with the PDF, is a translation between a deck of cards and whatever that question block is. So every card corresponds with an item. And these are all the same items that you would see in a normal Mario Kart game. Okay, so I have the PDF pulled up here, and it gives me a list of what all of the items are. So for example, a red jack is a decoy item box. A 1, 2, 3 is a green shell. A number 4 is one of 3 times green shells. A jack of clubs is a mushroom. You get the idea. So we'll see what I get here. Ooh.
Black King.
Black King. Black King's golden mushroom. All right, so here's what I get with the golden mushroom. It's one of the better items in the game. If you know Mario Kart, which could be why you're watching this. So this golden mushroom is really, really beneficial for me because I just wiped out. And wipeout puts you all the way back to gear phase 1. What the golden mushroom does, it allows you to change up gears without gaining hazard tokens. This can be used multiple times in one activation. Until the effects wears off, I cannot downshift. Even if I wipe out, I can still wipe out, but I remain at the high gear. So if next turn I were to wipe out again, I stay in the same gear. Now, what we mentioned about doing is randomizing the spin. Instead of allowing your opponent to choose your direction for you, place this over top, like so. And now we're going to assign numbers to that. So straight ahead is 1, and we go clockwise. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to roll 2 dice, because we forgot a D8. And we're going to see which way he faces.
So the first dice is going to be a D6, and the second dice is going to be a D3, and then a 9 is a 1.
Right.
And we'll re-roll anything over. Oh, I should probably let you roll those. And so the first one's D6.
So it's a 4 and a 1.
So that is a 5.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we go. Right into the wall.
Ouch.
For next activation. So here on the player dashboard, Toad is going to go back to first gear. And his 7 hazards wash out, and he now has 0 hazards. But he's facing the wall.
All right, in true Bowser fashion, I'm going to try and be mean, and I'm going to do a swerve maneuver. Bowser's in 3rd gear, so I can do this without taking a hazard. And I'm hoping that this will clip Mario or force him to clip me and take some hazards because of the weight difference. So I don't get to clip him. But it's okay because now I basically force him to hit me when he activates, which will still give him hazards most likely because of the weight difference. That is a neutral maneuver, so I won't gain a hazard or gain a shift. So I'm gonna have to roll 2 dice if I wanna shift up. And I do because he's heavyweight and he gets to shift up to 6th gear. Ouch. I'm gonna push it. All right, so I take a hazard for pushing it. I take another hazard for this, so that's 2 hazards. And then I will shift and take a 3rd hazard, which puts Bowser up to 5 hazards, but he's in 4th gear. Completing the move like so.
Okay, so Toad is the only one to have activated this round for me. Mario is currently in 3rd gear. He will also take a swerve maneuver and attempt to get out from, looky there. The question is that notch? I think it's clear.
It looks clean to me.
It really does. It looks clear.
Yeah, I agree.
So, fancy maneuvering on Mario's part puts him right there. He is sitting at 2 hazards in 3rd gear, but we're getting ready to come to this turn. So, if I don't activate again, he won't activate next round. I kind of, nope. I'm done. No shifting. No rolling hazard dice. He's just gonna stay there.
All right. Once again, I'm in a situation where I have to activate Princess because I don't want to hit this heavyweight DK. With him having pole position, he's gonna have his activate, or I'll have the last activation essentially. So she is in. I moved that dice. I believe that she was in 4th gear.
Yeah, I bumped it with my hand.
Okay. She is just going to move straight ahead. And she's going to collide. I'm
I don't know, she may not.
I'm
She's
a really
pretty thin.
bad, a really bad judge. Yeah, we're going to hit right there.
Okay.
So right there we hit. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll my dice. Well, actually, you know what? She's in max gear already. I'm not gonna roll any dice, just because I roll really horribly typically. I'm already in max gear, so I don't need to shift up any.
And Princess is light, so 4th gear is max gear for light.
Yeah. So Mario looks like he is in 3rd gear, and I'm in 4th gear.
So it's +1 on you.
So +1 to me, but then -1 because the weight difference. So basically, it just becomes a wash.
Right.
Yeah. So I am in contact with Mario right now, and then it goes to DK.
Of course, those were our own house rules on the collision for this round. This is our first time ever playing the Mario Kart one, so DK is in 4th gear and he has 2 hazards. Right in front of him is Bowser, and Bowser has 5 hazards in 4th gear. So if I slam Bowser,
It would be a wash.
it would be a wash because we're equal size. Maybe next time we should say the aggressor gets +1.
Yeah.
And then
that
if you-
makes.
okay.
Maybe we'll say at the beginning of the next 1st gear
Okay.
phase.
Yeah.
We'll switch it.
So we'll redo that.
We're gonna augment the house rule.
Happens. Let's see here. So it does me no good. But you know what? I can take a veer and ram princess.
Do you want to roll any dice?
No, we're good. So as I come up here, slide here, get right behind that wheel, and slam princess. Now I am in 4th gear, princess is in 4th gear, so that's a wash. But being 2 weight classes heavier, princess would get 2 hazards for that. Which princess is at? 1 hazard?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it moves her up to 3 hazards.
Now, Luigi needs to make a swerve in order to get out of this, from hitting this wall. He's in 3rd gear with 4 hazards. Luckily, swerving doesn't give you a hazard in 3rd gear. I'll go ahead and lay this template down. You know what, I might have been able to make it with a veer instead, but we're keeping that touch it, take it rule from Gaslands. I am going to actually go ahead and roll some dice.
No, it might be better though, because you're more center position and you
Yeah.
can track. It's moved you over to the middle. So it'll be easier to make that turn later on.
So I'm handling 3 with 4 hazards in 3rd gear, wanting to shift up to 4th gear. Shift, spin, spin. I'm going to push it, so I'm going to take a hazard. All right, there we go. So I'm going to cancel the hazard that I pushed, for pushing it, and then I'm going to shift, and then cancel the hazard for shifting. So basically, I'm not going to gain any hazards, and I'm going to get to shift up to 4th gear. Move him up to here, and then shift Luigi up to 4th gear.
4th gear phase.
4th gear phase.
Here we go. Hee I got it.
Yeah, Pikachu got it.
At 4th gear phase, the mystery box would have reappeared, but since Toad is on that location, he would consume it as well. But since you're only allowed 1 item, it's nothing. It just disappears that block. Okay, so after the wipeout, Toad is in 1st gear and cannot activate this phase. Mario chose not to shift up into 4th gear last round, so he does not activate. The only one left to activate is DK, and with Gasland rules, since he's already in contact with her, he's just going to be able to move through her. So I'm going to take a veer here, and I'm not going to be able to set down directly because of things in the way. I'll do my best here. And there's DK. He will roll some dice and attempt to shift up. Two shifts. Okay, so what was he doing? A veer in 4th gear was a hazard. I will cancel the hazard from the movement. I will use this to shift up to 5th gear. So
Okay,
DK
so
is
take
in
2
5th.
hazards.
With 2 hazards. Okay.
Right. I'm going to take a swerve with Luigi. I am in kind of a strange situation here. I am in contact with Mario, so with the Gaslands rules, I could move right past him, but she is at 3 hazards in 4th gear. Luigi's at 4 hazards, but I think that if I take a swerve, I might be able to come out to just have this path right here to put me in a good position to start making this turn. So I will select the swerve. That looks perfect to me. I will go ahead and roll his 3 handling dice in order to try and shift up to 5th gear, which is his max gear. Shift, shift, spin. I don't want the spin, so I will cancel that. I take a hazard for shifting, or sorry, for swerving in 4th gear. So that's 1 hazard. And I'm gonna shift up with this to 5th gear, so that's 2 hazards, which puts me at, that puts me at 6, mathematical error. Puts me at 6 hazards. You know what? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say I will not shift, and I will use that shift counter to go down to to go down to 3 hazards, and I will not be able to activate until gear phase 1, because I'm gonna stay in 4th gear. That way I don't wipe out. All right. Peach is gonna go ahead and take a straight ahead action, because she's gonna be able to move right away from Mario. And it will be a T-bone with this guy. They're both lightweight. She's in 4th gear and he is in 1st gear, so that'd be a 3. He would take 3
hazards.
3 hazards. So essentially I just get to go right up to him, ignoring Mario, because we were already in contact. So that'll be 3 hazards for Toad.
Bad.
Okay, here we go, bad driving again. I chose the swerve, which is gonna give me a hazard. When I lay that right up, I'm still gonna connect with DK. Right around here. So I'm gonna end up turned, basically the direction of the marker, and then collide with DK, which is gonna give me a 2nd hazard, because of the way that we did the rules for collision with weight class and hazards. We're both heavyweight, so that's a wash. And then I am in 4th gear, he's in 5th gear, which is -1. So I would take a hazard still. So that's 2 more, that puts, he wipes out. He wipes out. So we'll get the random position.
Right there in front of you.
Put it like this. The heading position is 1, just as before. This is a D6. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ooh.
So I'm pointing essentially directly backwards. Great stuff.
In 1st gear.
And now I'm in 1st gear. Oh, sorry, wrong person. 1st gear and no hazards. Ouch.
I think I originally said we'll do 3 laps because that's what
Yeah, no way, we're doing 3
we're an
laps.
hour in. We haven't made it to the first turn yet.
Yeah.
So 1 lap.
Doing 3 laps.
Yeah. All right, 5th gear phase here. DK is the only one in 5th gear. So he is the only one to activate this round. And he's got a question block right in front of him, so he's going to be able to pick that up. Okay, in 5th gear, I can start a gentle turn, but I don't think, no, I think I'll clip the wall if I do a gentle. Swerve, I'll hit my own guy. I have to take a long. And then I have to roll dice to shift down. I think that's my only options. All right, so long here allows me to pick up this. And we get a 7 of clubs. Okay, 7 of clubs is a banana peel. So, which is perfect for DK in the lead. It's where he likes to be. I'm going to roll some dice. Maybe if I get a slide or a spin out of this, it'll be to my benefit here. I get slide and a spin. Okay, but DK is at 4 hazards.
Oh, it doesn't matter, I would take it anyways. I mean, no, it puts you at 6.
That put me at 6.
Never mind.
So I have to take a hazard to re-roll both. Shift and a shift.
Oh.
Okay, so push it gave me one hazard. I am going to shift down to 4th gear and cancel the hazard from the push it. So I'll only take one hazard, moves him up to 5 hazards, but reduces him down to 4th gear. Okay, and I'll make my movement here. Yeah, he's maybe should have wiped out and then took the chance of pointing in the right direction. Could have happened.
Well, let's see. If you get down, you might be able to do a short shift down one more time and then take a hairpin.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Okay, so pole position, passes to Andrew, reduced down to 1st gear phase. The question blocks reappear, but Toad is still sitting at the location of the one question block, so it goes away again. So there's only one question block here available, and we're going to try and fix our collision rules since we're kind of ad-libbing this as we go. All right, so this is what we're going to try this second round. Instead of just adding or subtracting hazards, we're using that bonus to throw dice as though it's a smash attack. So you still have a smash attack, the defender could smash back or evade, and then it's the difference in the dice that equal the number of hazards taken.
So essentially we'll be taking hazards instead of whole points.
Right.
Yeah, sounds good.
I got it.